What's going on, guys? Welcome back to TVT Takes with Vig and Tesh. Today, we are going to talk quickly going into SummerSlam weekend, the biggest SummerSlam ever. 2 nights, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. First off, I love what it looks like over in New Jersey already, seeing all that being built up. It looks like we're getting a massive WrestleMania-style display. But talking about WrestleMania style displays, Vig, you and I both have a interesting opinion on, does this feel very WrestleMania-esque? And more to the point, does this feel exciting when it comes to CM Punk and Gunther? I'm going to jump on this really quick. I'm going to say my piece, and this is what it is. I think CM Punk, after Monday Night Raw this past week, needs to lose, and needs to lose clean to Gunther.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Point being, this is reminding me, I cannot remember who Gunther was feuding with when he kind of went silent after losing, I believe, what was it, his IC title to Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn came out and cut so many promos on him, being like, was it Priest? Okay. Priest, and he was like, where's the Gunther? Where's the ring general that we expect? And after last night, that's the exact same feeling. And we mentioned this in a video the other day, talking about cookie cutter storytelling, fast food storytelling. And this is what it feels like. But at the end of the day, I don't feel for a night one main event, which I believe that's what this is going to be. I don't feel it's exciting enough that CM Punk wins his world title on night one of SummerSlam against Gunther just because he's outdone him on the mic completely. Like, I feel there needs to be more meat to this story. And it's not hitting for me. It's not hitting.
Okay, so ironically, I agree with you 50% of your explanation.
What else is new?
I agree that this doesn't feel good. This match is not it. I don't see CM Punk losing only because you're not gonna sit here and tell me that when we get Crown Jewels, champion versus champion, you want to see Gunther and not want to see CM Punk versus Cena again, with both of them being champion.
I would actually love to see Gunther versus Cena. I think that match would be freaking awesome.
Okay.
No, honestly, here's the thing. Yes, they pulled the trigger too early on Punk Cena. Okay.
Of course.
They pulled it way too early. I actually think they pulled the trigger too early with Randy as well.
Of course.
But then again, this whole Crown Jewel in Perth thing in October is kind of weird because the setup is we could get a repeat of Punk and Cena, and they could do a whole title versus title thing if they want.
It's not a title versus title.
I said
champion versus champion.
I said they could do a title versus title. Everything to do with Cena, and if he holds his title to the end of the year, culminates on Sunday at SummerSlam. If Cena wins in this makeshift Bloodline Rules match, which is going to be overbooked to no end. Listen, you can call it a street fight. You can call it Bloodline Rules. I don't care what the hell you call it. It's literally saying Sunday night's going to be overbooked as fuck. And we are going to get so much to where either we're going to get WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes getting hoisted up. Cody's the biggest white meat babyface in pro wrestling right now. Cody has saved wrestling, or Cena takes the title all the way to December to Boston at the TD Garden and probably retires and lays it in the ring. I don't think he walks away with it.
Okay, let's get back on topic. Let's come back to Gunther versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring it from the top, right? We're gonna bring it to this another week, last Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I'm still not feeling this Gunther versus CM Punk feud. You know, yeah, the champ set his piece. He I would talk Punk last week, blah blah, and then Punk came out and hit us with a classic fire from Punk, where he talked about needing the world heavyweight title to prove that he's still the best in the world, and how he owes it to the fans that have been screaming his names for a goddamn decade.
Yeah.
All of that sounds right on paper, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, that's the problem. It's too clean, it's too polite, and it's corporate wrestling rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, you got Gunther, who is a no nonsense wrestling machine. And then you got CM Punk.
Yeah.
One of the most volatile, polarizing names in fucking wrestling history, we could say. And what do we get? We got a middle of the road feud that feels right. And this ain't time. This is not the time for right. This is one of WWE biggest damn events, and you're trying to make it bigger by making it 2 nights. When you say Gunther versus CM Punk, I should be fucking sweating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I should feel the tension. Instead, it's like we getting 2 legends and they're reading their fucking cues off of a card. That's what it's feeling like right now. Does
it have to do with okay, here's my 2 things. Does it have to do with it feeling like this with every Gunther feud, but it finally culminates with a banger match at the end? Like, a lot of people criticize that Gunther being a champion, granted, remember, and I love using this stat because I think it's one of the coolest stats in modern wrestling, is that Gunther has been a champion over 80% of the time he's been in WWE, whether it be NXT UK, NXT, or main roster, which I think that is an awesome stat to be able to throw out. But everyone criticizes, oh, Gunther's boring, he's lackluster. Well, listen, proof is in the pudding, because every time we talk about a Gunther match, we can't stop talking about it because it's so damn impressive. Then we also have what I want to call 2011 John Cena across from him, because that's what Punk feels like. Punk is the voice. No, Punk is the voice of the voiceless. And yes, his promos are still hitting how they should, but it's how we get to the finish of his promo where he's literally 2011 John Cena. Mr. Corporate, the fans chanted for me for 10 years. They brought me back, blah, 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 blah. So you have these 2 dynamics of, Gunther being the build's always not the best, and then we're not really getting this version of Punk that the world wants. Everyone that watches right now for CM Punk wants Pipe Bomb Phil.
So the thing is, the situation is completely different. I don't think they're gonna get Pipe Bomb Phil with Gunther versus CM Punk. Gunther versus CM Punk, honestly, in my point of view, it's like I said before. If you're giving me, when you say Gunther versus CM Punk, if you would have said Gunther versus CM Punk a few months ago, Gunther versus CM Punk will be headlining SummerSlam, you would have been sweating because you're like, okay, we're going to get a fucking banger.
Yep.
But based on these promos that we're getting, it doesn't feel that way.
No.
Because 1, it feels rushed, right? 2, Punk has been able to do some promos that, elevate, like the promo he did in the last episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Elevated Gunther.
Yeah.
Because coming out of the things that he's saying, coming out of him would elevate Gunther.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Gunther, the problem is I feel like WWE wants him to stick to the script.
Yep.
It's one of those things where let him be a little. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that some of Gunther's best promo have been when they let him be. Yep. And you could tell the difference because when he have those promo, he gives you that little smirk like, oh, I'm killing it. He doesn't, and he didn't look confident at all.
No.
He hasn't looked confident at all here because, like I said, they both just doing this, bro.
I think with the Gunther side of things, I think they're trying to really protect Punk to whatever they don't want Punk to look bad. And if they do, they want the writing to be they made Punk look bad. So they don't want Gunther, because they don't want to have to scramble outside of that safety net that you've basically said that we're in. We're in a very safe place with this feud. And like you said, like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the match because I think it's gonna cook. Like,
the match is gonna kill.
I will say this: arguably, Gunther is one of my favorite wrestlers on the roster because there is not one time in the last year that you can say the final match of a feud for him, and we don't know if this is the final match, but I feel like it is, nothing has under-delivered. The matches have been great. Like, look at Jay versus him on Monday Night Raw. Like, that match should have been what happened at WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So Gunther, for some reason, is able to make nothing out of, like, something out of nothing, but there isn't nothing here. There is a safety net, and if they just let him reach outside that bubble slightly, like, imagine, I want to see the spot where they're outside the ring, Punk's up against the pole, he goes for the chop, he chops the pole, but then turns around, sells a little bit, and says, no, get back over here, Punk, because Punk said he doesn't want to take chops. He said it famously last year. He don't want to do Hell in a Cell. I don't want to take chops. I don't want to do these things. I'm just here to
make. Done all of it.
And he's done all of it. So let him, and then have Gunther put him back up against the pole and chop him with the other hand. You know, you stand there and you take this. You want this from me, you take it. So I think if they give that in the match, then everything that we're talking about that's felt safe and lackluster is going to culminate. So that's the weirdest part about Gunther. It's like the build for him, like, his mic game is very strong, but people just don't seem to be sold by it. But the second the ring general steps in, you're like, okay, now we're going to war, and it's going to be phenomenal. So we can make this video bitching about how it feels, but at the end of it, it just, like I said, I think Gunther needs to win clean, but we have mentioned one thing, and we are forgetting a big quote and big caveat, because nobody really knows if this Seth Rollins injury is real.
Exactly.
And all I'm going to say is, I still think Seth's injury is real, but I do feel that Seth's involvement is going to be very evident in this match. He might not be there, but we might get a burn it down. The music might hit, and Punk gets distracted. Are you fucking kidding me? Gunther gets him in a rear naked choke and chokes Punk out for the main event, the finish of the main event. That's how I see it going. I know it's not clean, but I still think Gunther needs to come out of this and somehow get to Clash in Paris, Night of Champions, somehow get there a different way with a bit longer of a build.
Yeah, I just feel like if CM Punk doesn't win at SummerSlam, there's no other way that we should be able to get CM Punk versus Cena. I think that there is a lot of money in CM Punk versus Cena. We've seen it at Night of Champions, and based on Triple H logic, WWE's logic, CM Punk versus Cena is a bigger draw than Cena versus Gunther. And that's why I think Punk is taking this. I still don't think, honestly, what I would like is, because this Gunther versus CM Punk hasn't been done justice, build up wise, I actually would hope that this is not it.
Yeah.
For Gunther versus CM Punk. I'm hoping that this is like the first match between them, and it goes further from there. Because if this is it was wasted.
Yeah,
it was really wasted, and I'm gonna keep taking this take. if you look at SummerSlam
Mm-hmm.
and you look at the card for both days, you look at that card, there isn't one match, including Cody Rhodes versus Cena. There isn't one match that right now you could say that's the main event for SummerSlam.
No, I think the only
There
reason
isn't
that you
one.
would say it's the main event is just because of the two titles that are involved, the world title and the men's
Right.
undisputed title. Other than that,
Honestly, if they would have taken about 4 matches out of this card, they could have made it a one night SummerSlam that could have been
yeah.
a little more exciting. But I don't know. I guess my expectation was too high when I heard SummerSlam 2 nights. Vigilante's gonna be there in a suite with unlimited drinks and unlimited food and shit. I had too much expectation for it, but I guess not.
Don't get too oozy on us, all right?
I'll try not to.
I better get a phone call from the suite so you be like, yeah. all right guys, well, we're gonna cut it there. Let us know in the comments your opinions on this CM Punk and Gunther build. I really would love to see people's opinions, because I know we're not too far off, but I would love to see where on the spectrum everyone else fits. So drop it down in the comments. Don't forget to put the bell on for notifications that are all the Straight Shoot notifications and videos that go up. We're trying to post daily, so we've got the Straight Shoot games that I'm doing with Jack, and then the reviews, and then Vig and I've got TVT. We've got it all put together. We just need you guys to make it a little bit more fun. Anyways, guys, like always,
thing, man.
what?
Just do your. All we need is for you guys to do your thing, and your thing is, let's talk about it, because that's what you subscribe for, and you should be subscribing right now.
Anyways, like always, be good people.